just landed on the moon in the Lambo, taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo, taking pictures with the zoom and the angle.
Hello, future millionaires. This is Aztec, and this is the CSC. Thank you for being here. I am so privileged and honored to have you guys watch my show. I've been growing very quickly, a lot quicker than I ever have before. It's exciting to see new faces. It's so awesome to see you guys. And, you know, there's a lot of really great projects in my portfolio. I'm sure those are projects that you are also interested in. Of course, nothing I say on this show is financial advice. Some of the projects in my portfolio have done exceptionally well, like Easy, which is EasyFi's governance token. UniLend has also done exceptionally well this year. Oro did exceptionally well this year. A lot of Matic, projects that are launching on Matic have done exceptionally well. So I'm sure, some of these projects, you're looking at as well. But today's video is going to be about some of the tweets that I made during this year that really show you why you should be following my channel, guys, because I can see the future in many cases. I've predicted many things accurately, and I'm going to show you some of the tweets that I've made recently, some of the tweets I made in the past, going back to September, and some of the things that I've talked about. And basically, I'll be explaining why you should be watching this show. Towards the end of the video, we'll go ahead and go over some things that I see happening with Matic Network. Some points about UniLend where I really think that UniLend has a lot of growth still in the pipeline, and some exciting things that came out for UniLend recently. But before we get into all these other projects and some of the tweets that I made recently, I do want to say you guys have to check out Persistence. Persistence is a project that is going to bridge the gap between DeFi and the institutions of the traditional world. And if you're not following DeFi, it's still early, guys. You still have a chance to truly get in deep before things really take off. When institutions jump in, things just do exceptionally well, generally speaking. Now, again and again, nothing I say is financial advice. This is just my opinion, of course. And, I do work with the Persistence team in some capacity, but, they will be in my portfolio because this project is amazing. Now, they haven't had a TGE yet, so their token generation event has not happened yet, but they are giving people exposure by, doing their stake drop campaign. And this is, basically giving communities the ability to stake coins. For instance, like Matic Network will be something that you'll be able to stake, or Matic that will actually be able to net you XPRT tokens. Talked about Persistence in the past. I wanted to bring up this video specifically because it was a really good interview with Box Mining and Persistence, and they really got down to the nitty gritty and kind of explained, all the, just ins and outs of the project. And of course, Box Mining does a really great job at asking all of the hard questions. So if you want to know who Persistence is, besides, I made a video also if you'd like to check that out. But if you want to know who they are, this was a really great interview. I'll go ahead and link it down below. But this is a gem, guys. I really think, I'm making another call. I've made a lot of calls this year that I wish people would have at least just, looked at. This is another project I think that's going to do exceptionally well in 2021. So you guys have to keep your eyes on this project, not financial advice. Now, moving on to some tweets I've made this year. I'm going to start back in September. I said, maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but I've always been more bullish on Ethereum over Bitcoin long term. To clarify, I have a lot of respect for both projects and believe BTC has staying power. One of my first YouTube videos of this year called Ethereum Stealing the Show of 2020. Now, if you don't want to look at some of the tweets that I've made during this year, go ahead and skip forward. I'll have little timestamps down below for you guys so that you guys can move forward and check out, my views on Matic and UniLend. But, if you want to kind of look at some of these tweets with me to see why you should be following and kind of just have this chat with me, then go ahead and stay tuned here in the meantime. So basically, this tweet was a very interesting tweet, and you guys have to realize that I did call back in the beginning of this year that Ethereum would steal the show, and DeFi has stolen the show from Bitcoin in its halving year. So basically, this is huge. Now, Bitcoin has done a very nice run recently, within the last couple months, but I think that Ethereum is going to steal the show in December again. And, here's another prediction, a little, whatever you want to call it, prize present for you guys. Here it is. I think Ethereum is going to do exceptionally well in December, specifically, because of, how they're transitioning over to proof of stake and, basically Ethereum 2.0, all of that. But this is really important to just take note of, that Ethereum is really as a lot. It's just more technologically potent. Moving on, I tweeted this on September 23rd. I said, I believe we are in the disbelief phase. Everyone expects this entire year to be a giant bull trap, and I disagree. If you realized that the infrastructure that mass adoption requires is nearly complete, you might see things from my perspective, Ethereum and Matic network. And obviously Ethereum, the pipelines are being created, Matic network, everything, the infrastructure for layer 2 is all being established now. And I think it's interesting to note, because there's a lot of people that were attacking me back in September. And, if we look at the chart back in September, so here was August, it was a nice month. But in September, we started moving down. And people were saying that, we were going to start moving back down to 7K and, lower possibly. Guys like Crypto Well was arguing with me about several things. And, basically I knew that this run had legs, just specifically because of the institutions. Again, institutions, keyword institutions, were moving into this space, and that the whole dynamic was changing. So I have to pat myself on the back there. Also, in September, I said it's not surprising that the market has been buying BTC heavily around the 0.618. Just look at these bullwhicks. Let's finish this week of blood and start heading toward this 16K area. Okay, good talk. Let's do this. Now, the reason I'm pointing this out is because you guys have to follow me. And you can see here, back then, this was in September, I was explaining that we were, basically moving very bullishly, and that we were getting bullwhicks in this area here, and that we had legs. A lot of people were really bearish in this area here. If you're following my Twitter, my YouTube channel, you're going to get some information and insight into the trading world, just the overall market sentiment that you might not get anywhere else. A lot of people during this time were extremely bearish when I was bullish. So another amazing thing. Also, I talk about things like the Bitcoin dominance chart, and this is more recent. This is November 22nd. I did explain that the Bitcoin dominance did reject and move down. And as you can see, if we take a look at the Bitcoin dominance, it is moving further down. We had a nice little bounce, but it is rejected again off this 21 EMA, and it just looks like we're going to move down again. I really think December is going to be bullish, and I've made some videos about my predictions and things like this. You have to take a look at the coins that are in my portfolio. The Bitcoin dominance has been rejected, guys, and even with this massive, nice, or not, I wouldn't say massive, but nice healthy correction that we've had recently, Bitcoin dominance did not increase, which means people are not that fearful right now, as fearful as you would expect if the market was set to just crash heavily, jumping back into Bitcoin versus the altcoins. No, they're not. They're actually buying altcoins right now. So very, very interesting. And also, I made this tweet on the 25th, so just a couple of days ago. I said, what if we are currently experiencing the middle of the disbelief stage from the Wall Street cheat sheet. If we get a pullback soon, I bet everyone will start saying we are going back down to 3K. What if the hope rally is actually next, soon after Bitcoin, or soon after? And then I said Bitcoin 2021 with a rocket ship. Now, very, very interesting. This was on the 25th. And if we move, we take a look at the Bitcoin chart on the 25th, we were right here. It was the day before this nice, healthy correction. And basically, I was explaining that I feel like the market is going to have a pullback soon. And when it happens, people are going to start saying, you know, we're going to just crash. And if you go through the Twitter feeds, they're already saying, you know, all kinds of the above, you know. But they don't understand is that this is different. You have institutional players that are buying millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. These guys aren't just going to, you know, have weekends and sell. These guys are holding Bitcoin for years to come. And, you know, they're not, these guys have made these large plays because they have the connections, they have the foresight to realize that this is going to be a very revolutionary space where they're going to make money. That's why they've dipped their toes into this space. I guess in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that I don't think we're going to get this, you know, 40 to 60% correction that people are talking about. Really, I think we're just going to bounce off this 21 EMA. Again, I'm saying we're going to bounce off this 21 EMA. And basically we are currently, as you can see. Now, lastly, I made this tweet, and this was on the 26th. It was the day after the 25th, of course. And I said, I hate being right with this stuff. Yesterday, I said we would be getting a pullback soon. Thing is, I think BTC one day candle closes on top of the 21 EMA and keeps going. If so, it'll be a happy Thanksgiving. Hope rally next. Now, before I get too far, let's go ahead and take a look at this hope rally here. Basically, this is the disbelief phase. So here you get this kind of, you know, nice move up in the disbelief phase. People are saying, hey, this is a sucker's rally. We're not going where they're, you know, they don't believe that this is going to be an amazing rally or that we're going to move up again to all-time highs. You know, all these kind of things. They're in disbelief. And, you know, you do get pullbacks during this time. And you can see over here to the left where my cursor is that, you know, you might even get a larger disbelief type correction. And of course, this is not, this is just a cheat sheet, you know, but it does show the cycle of how things work. So it's not like you're looking to follow every dip and move upward on this chart, but it gives you the idea of what people see and what, how markets can act in these phases. And, you know, basically, if you get these kind of deep corrections, what comes after disbelief phase is the hope phase. And it says a recovery is possible. This is where people start getting extremely kind of more interested. Their hope starts peaking. And I think this is what's coming next, guys. I'm not saying that we're not going to get this correction down to 15K. What I'm saying is I think we are going to bounce, like I said, on the 21 EMA in the short term. I think that we're going to kind of move sideways. I think altcoins are going to do exceptionally well in December. This is just what I think, you know, not financial advice. And, you know, if we do correct in January, I think that you know, end of December or wherever it's at, I think that 2021 is going to initiate the hope rally. So I say it on a video that that's what I think so that everyone realizes. And as you can see here, towards the bottom of this tweet, I did say that I think that Bitcoin is going to close on top of the 21 EMA, and for 3 days straight, it's closed on top of the 21 EMA and is now bouncing off the 21 EMA slightly here. So I've made some extremely great predictions throughout the year, and I'm continuing to make, you know, really accurate predictions. So pat on my back. Obviously, during this video here, I talked about crypto well. We had this argument about DeFi being dead. This was back in October. This was on the 14th. And, you know, I had other arguments with him where he was saying that we were going to crash, but we're not going to see, you know, like all-time highs, these kind of things. And he has a huge following on Twitter. And as you can see, guys, if you look at this chart here on DeFi Pulse, if you don't use this tool and you're into DeFi, you're missing out, because this tool gives a lot of information and provides so much for everyone about different projects. And they have this really nice clean chart that shows the total value locked. And this is this year, so this is right here, 1 year. And as you can see, since December of last year, we've been moving up heavily, guys. And it's really important to see this, because DeFi is not dead. It's moving, very nicely. And even when, this little pullback here, when Crypto Well was posting all these things about DeFi, being down all this percentage, that it's, going to zero, and, DeFi is a scam, and et cetera, you can still see we just moved up again. And, DeFi is I'm not saying is it going to get some type of, more healthier correction. But what I'm saying is that it has done extremely well this year, extremely well. I know people that have made millions in this space this year, in the DeFi space. And in addition to that, I think it's going to do exceptionally well in 2021, just because institutions are coming. You have the hedge funds that have already been investing this whole year, and DeFi is just doing amazing, guys. And it's going to continue doing amazing for all the reasons I've explained on Twitter, previous videos. DeFi is not dead. And in addition to all of that, guys, I did post this video 2 months ago about XRP's fork. I was one of the only people outside of the XRP world, guys that post XRP videos every day. 2 months ago, even before the XRP guys were posting videos about this XRP fork and the Spark token utility fork that's going to happen, I had already found this information, sourced it, and showed you guys on this channel that this was coming. And the XRP rally did amazing. And what you have to see here is a week ago in this video here, I actually talked about XRP and how I really thought it was going to do well. And then a day after that, or a couple days after, I did a deep dive about XRP, Flare Network, and Spark token. And this was right before the 70 to I think a 70% rally that XRP had, and I cashed out on that trade, guys. I did amazing during that rally. And you can basically follow my channel to get these kind of insights before rallies happen. So you guys have to follow my channel. Of course, you guys know I've always been bullish on Matic. And some of the things that have happened recently, in my last video, I talked about how Chainlink has integrated with Matic to provide price feeds and things like that. That is going to be something that's used for adoption. And Chainlink is chosen to work with Matic. They don't have to do the coding that's required for layer 2, with in collaboration with Matic network team. They don't have to do this, but they're doing this because they see, in my opinion, that the Matic network is the project, the layer 2 project that has the most significance. They're not working with other layer 2 projects. And recently this tweet came out with Teller. Teller is another it's an optimistic oracle, and they also are joining up with Matic. And Sandeep, he actually also posted recently about DIA, data.org, which is a trusted oracle as well that's also joining up with Matic. Basically it says here, is being a transparent, community verified price oracle to DeFi applications on Matic. This is going to be huge, guys. The whole reason that this is happening is because these oracles realize that Matic is the one, and they want to provide their oracle services to the DeFi dApps that are going to explode on the Matic network. This is all just, I don't know if you paid attention, I'm kind of like tongue-tied here because I'm just trying to talk so fast, but there's so much going on. There's been so many different DeFi projects that have launched on Matic recently. DeFi is exploding on Matic on second layer because of the technology that provides the ability for people to have very cheap transactions, fast transactions, And these price feeds and these Oracle services are also going to be used in gaming. I really think that the NFT world is going to have that run that everyone's been talking about, and specifically that's going to tie in with gaming. I really think that happens next year, though. Kind of towards the middle of the major portion of the bull run that we're in, just because everything is that I'm seeing from my research is that the NFT space, gaming space, they have the technology, but it's not just yet ready for mass adoption, in my opinion. But once they get more integrated with these oracles and get on second layer, and these games move over to Matic and better get situated on Matic second layer, then they'll be open to be able to have this run that they've wanted. So awesome to see that 3 oracles are now on Matic, and by the time I finish this video, who knows, maybe there's a 4th. But adoption is really just kicking off. It's really interesting to see UniLend this year. UniLend has a market cap of just over $7 million, and it started. Or let's see, when they were listed here, it was like around 15 cents. It jumped up all the way to, I think it was like close to $3. And then, it came back down slowly towards 15 cents and has moved all the way up to where it's at now, which is around 65 cents. And this project has done amazing. And it's only at a market cap of around, $7 million, guys. And why that's so interesting, and the reason I'm bringing this up, is because you have to pay attention to this. You got to look at Uniswap. Uniswap does not have all the functions that UniLend is going to be able to provide. UniLend is going to provide synthetic type assets like gold and silver, and that's just the beginning. They're integrating and collaborating with all these other projects. UniLend is doing all of this, and they haven't even launched their protocol just yet. So having just a $7 million market cap, and then realizing that the king Uniswap has a market cap of over $800 million. Not financial advice, guys, but come on, what does this say? You guys think about it. I'm not going to speculate here because I can't, because I work with the project on a very personal level, so I can't. But think about it. What does this mean? Just think about it. Beyond that, what was really interesting is that there was this AMA that recently happened. This was on November 26th, and this was actually Telegram. I actually went to the specific part of the AMA here where Chandresh says we will have alpha release this year. So he is saying that the protocol is going to happen this year. It's going to be launched this year. And he says our community has been getting impatient for the detailed roadmap. So that's coming this week, most probably. And the reason I'm bringing this up, guys, is because the roadmap is coming. And that's going to have a whole lot of other details that people probably are not expecting. And it's going to shed a whole lot of light on the future of UniLend. And still, that roadmap is just the beginning. So if you're not looking at UniLend, if you're not looking at DeFi, it's still early, guys. Take a look. I'm not saying buy anything. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just trying to steer you towards what looks to be very bullish and has done extremely well this year. The space that's done extremely well this year. So other than that, Matic hasn't popped off just yet like I really expected it to do this year. I think I think Matic has done exceptionally well with adoption, and I really think that Matic is going to do well. That's why I continue to hold Matic. This is not financial advice. This is just saying. You got to look at all the big players that are working with Matic over all the others, like XDAI or whatever layer 2 you're looking at, OMG, whoever. And you got to look at DeFi. DeFi is exploding on Matic. You got to look at this. This is UniLend Finance. They're a layer 1 project, So not on layer 2, not, it's definitely different than the Matic network, but their protocol is going to be exceptional. And you got to look at DeFi in general. And just take a look at this chart, guys. In 1 year, look at this chart. So yeah, if you're not following my channel, you got to follow, because again, as you can see here, I've given tons and tons and tons of calls, and I've made tons of predictions that have come true, guys. And I'm proud of myself, and just blown away that so much has come into fruition. And I just think that you guys should be following me if you're not already. But anyways, hope you're all doing well. I hope you guys are staying safe. Be careful during this holiday season, and never give up on the future of money. Take it easy, guys.